Okay, good evening and hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to tonight's second stream. I, of course, am Darkside Phil. I see that we've got currently over 100 viewers and growing. So thank you for that. We've got about estimated 10 minutes before I will start playing the game, FYI. And I'm hoping to get around 2 hours of gameplay of Fallout New Vegas in on the stream tonight. You know, I really enjoyed playing Fallout New Vegas back throughout the month of August, thanks to the patrons. It was actually the June patrons who nominated and voted on games in the month of July, and then I started playing Fallout New Vegas in August. And it's awesome. It's a good throwback. It's a good way for me and for you. You're the viewers. You're the viewer. I'm the gamer, right? The player. A good way for both of us to get back into the spirit of the Fallout universe for the impending release of Fallout 4, which is actually 2 weeks from tomorrow, or 2 weeks, excuse me. 2 months from tomorrow. Yes, that is correct. You may not even realize it, but Fallout New Vegas, or I cannot speak properly tonight. Let's try this again. Fallout 4 is releasing 2 months from tomorrow. So, we only got 2 months left, the big countdown. I know everyone's freaking pumped for this game. Probably one of the most hyped games at this point in history. I think the only game that we could probably get more hype than Fallout 4 would probably be if Half-Life 3 got announced. That would probably be the only game that could, like, top the hype levels of the hype that Fallout 4 is getting. And, you know, hype is an interesting thing. Because hype can make or break a game. Hype can create expectations that maybe are a little bit too high. Then again, a lot of the times the hype is created by the game studios and the marketing campaigns themselves. So really, what can you expect when you look at a game like Fallout 4, a game we've been waiting for since 2010? Yeah, Fallout New Vegas came out in 2010. So 5 years. You know, we're waiting and waiting for the next installment of the Fallout franchise. You know, and it's finally coming. And, you know, there's so many expectations. I still remember when at E3 when Bethesda did their presentation and people were complaining that the graphics don't look good. They look cartoony or something. And I'm like, you know, they announced all these bombshells at E3. You'll be able to summon in giant helicarriers. You'll be able to build your own garages. You'll be able to customize your own home. You'll be able to build your own armor. You'll be able to have a voice throughout the game instead of being the silent protagonist. You'll be able to do this and this and this. All these firsts, right? And the number one thing I hear is, oh, the graphics, I don't like them. They look cartoony. I was like, oh my god. Are you kidding me? People are never satisfied. But at the same time, I have to say, with all the hype being put into Fallout 4, let's have fingers crossed and toes crossed and, you know, everything crossed that it actually ends up being really good. Because potentially when you have a game with this much hype, this much anticipation, and everyone's kind of waiting for that to be the big release of the big gaming season this year, there's potential for it not living up to expectations, and of course high potential for failure, being that Fallout 4 is going to be a cross-platform game. It's not a console exclusive, so it's going to be coming out on every console. Will one console version be better than the other? Will the PC version be better than those? Will there be bugs on one version and not the other? Remember when Fallout New Vegas came out, it had insane loading times on many different consoles for a long-ass time until they patched it. So ultimately, you know, the hype could be lead to the success or lead to the downfall of the game, okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited for Fallout 4, which is why I'm very happy to be playing Fallout New Vegas. Now, I played it almost the entire month of August. Like, several times a week, I would do sessions. And as you know, I've gotten pretty far into the game. If you actually look at the length and the plot of the game, I've gotten pretty far. In fact, the only things I really haven't done so far in the main game is finishing up at Jacobstown, then going and visiting, I forget what they're called. It's the cons, maybe, in Red Rock Canyon. Whoever it is in Red Rock Canyon. We've got a mission there. And then we've got the Caesar's Legion stuff, right? That kind of leads into the end game and then leads straight into the kind of Hoover Dam final showdown. Now, I tried to do as much side content as I could in the month of August. If you didn't notice, I did almost all the kind of side content that was available on the Strip. I visited every single settlement, the Boomers and the the Brotherhood of Steel. I know I haven't visited the Enclave yet, the Enclave Remnants. It's the one thing that majorly side content-wise I really haven't done yet, and I may do it. We'll see. But I've been very happy with the outcome so far of the playthrough, being that it was melee combat based, not projectile based. And I know that was bothered a lot of people, or that didn't bother a lot of people. It bothered a lot of people that my previous Fallout gameplay had always kind of been projectile or gun based. And people always said, gee, I wonder what it would be if Phil did it melee. So I'm doing it that way. I'm doing hardcore mode. And hardcore mode, as you know, needing food and water and sleep, and having a fact that your followers can die and they permanently die. All these things that affect it make it a little bit harder of a game, alright? So, it was a lot of fun playing it in August. Then, unfortunately, it went on hiatus for 2 weeks, because that first week there, which was the last week of August, was on the release of Until Dawn. I played that game for 3 days, and then I got freaking sick. I couldn't work for 3 days because I was so sick. Then I finished up with Until Dawn, and the entire previous week here has been all Metal Gear Solid and Mad Max. So I've been so busy with those games that I didn't have a chance to play any Fallout New Vegas. So it really has been a 2-week wait between sessions. And I can understand for those that were frustrated. I can understand for those that were craving it. But understand, I've told you right up front, this would be the downtime playthrough. This was not the major focus. That new games were going to take priority over Fallout. That was always the plan. It's not like I, changed my mind or whatever last minute. That was always the plan that was in effect here, okay? So, that being said, I certainly hope that you've enjoyed the playthrough thus far. I thank you for joining me here on stream tonight. A few different things. FYI, this is the first session of Fallout New Vegas that I'm actually streaming on the new YouTube Gaming, which means that I'm using the new streaming method that YouTube has. I have absolutely no idea if we're going to get any spillover, meaning extra viewers who normally wouldn't tune into my content, because I'll be listed on YouTube Gaming. I mean, let's be honest, how many people, when, Metal Gear Solid 5 and other games are out right now, how many people are really caring about me playing Fallout New Vegas, So I completely understand if it's not that big of a deal, and I completely understand if we don't get too much attendance on the streams. It would be nice if we got big attendance on the streams, but I'm certainly not going to be critical of us not having good attendance, especially because I've had it on hold for 2 weeks, and at this point, everyone's so into the new games. I totally understand. If anything, if you cannot watch this live on stream all the time, because I will be trying to fit in Fallout for the rest of the month at least 1 to 2 times a week if I can. Please understand, I will be recording and uploading the videos to DSPGaming and adding them to the ongoing playlist from last month, so you can always catch them on demand there. Now, there's something new, a new feature of YouTube Gaming that I want to let everyone aware of. It was actually special thanks to Popsiculo, who's in the stream chat tonight, that I found out about this. I didn't know it even existed. Apparently, if you are on YouTube Gaming and you find my channel, DSP Gaming, on there, and you subscribe to my channel on there, on the YouTube Gaming app or whatever it is, there's an option, I guess there's like a checkbox or a drop down somewhere that says send notifications. If you click on that or you select that, when I go live on stream from now on, you will get a notification, whether it's via email or however you set it up that YouTube notifies you when stuff happens. You'll get that notification from YouTube. This is actually the same notifications that used to go out via Twitch TV when I used to stream on their website for 2 years. So definitely, if you are someone who wants to follow along with my content and my videos, you want to know when I'm live streaming, and you want to know what I'm live streaming, you'll get those notices via YouTube, whatever the method is that you set up there. So you should certainly check that out, and definitely take advantage of it. I know a lot of people say, well, Phil, ever since you left Twitch TV last year, we don't know when you're streaming anymore or what you're streaming, and I don't have the time to follow you on Twitter and read your schedule updates every night. Fair enough, I do a video once a week called the Week in Preview, where I try to give everyone a cumulative update of what's going on for that week, but things change from day to day. But if you do set up that following me with notifications on the YouTube Gaming site and or app, it should allow you to get those notifications every stream, okay? So overall, I am pleased with YouTube Gaming for a number of reasons. If you haven't noticed, my streams go live almost instantaneously now. I used to have to actually have a 10 to 15 minute window when I turned my stream on, where it wouldn't show up on it wouldn't show up on YouTube at first, then it would finally show up on YouTube, but it wouldn't show up on my website, thekingofhate.com. We had all these issues, these like rolling issues, because there was all this delay. Now it goes like instantaneously. Boom. It's live. And in addition, apparently, it gives me kind of a permalink of where the stream is located on the internet, and it never really changes the address for whatever reason. So because of that, my streams go live, you know, pretty much instantly. And it is cool because I have noticed that when I've been playing newer games like Until Dawn or Metal Gear Solid 5, I am definitely getting like a spillover viewing audience from people who are just people who are Gary Buseying. No, people who are browsing the YouTube Gaming site or the app, and they're looking at, you know, top streams, and they see, oh, here's someone with a few hundred views playing a new game, let me check it out. And, you know, that actually helps. I haven't been in any kind of a listing or index for the past year because I've been on YouTube, and YouTube didn't have one. Now they finally do. They're trying to compete with Twitch, and it's nice. It's definitely nice for me to be able to get a little bit of extra attention. In fact, I've noticed, actually, in the past couple of weeks that I've got a big influx of new subscribers to my DSPGaming channel. And I particularly don't think that it's because my videos are getting extra exposure anywhere, you know what I mean, outside or just on YouTube. I think it's the YouTube Gaming, so that's good. So that's a good positive thing. The last thing that I'll say, everyone, then we're going to get started. I promise you, it's not going to be a long pre-stream. I just wanted to, you know, clear up a few things. I will be playing Fallout New Vegas again this week. I believe I've set it up that it's going to be a stream on Thursday. Don't quote me on that because I don't have my schedule in front of me. However, you should definitely check out the schedule that I update every night on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. I am going to be playing Fallout New Vegas at least one more session this week. It'll probably end up being like Thursday night, I think. We'll see, though. It might have been Wednesday. I'm trying to remember in the top of my head what it was. I don't remember what day it was now. But I'll consult the schedule tonight, and I'll definitely let everyone know on Twitter, you know, when is the next time I'm playing this game, because I am going to be playing it at least one more time this week. And an important update, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Very important update. It has been a matter of contention, question, whether I would be playing the DLCs for Fallout New Vegas during this second run through the game. And in August, I couldn't really accurately answer anyone, simply because I didn't know how the month of September was going to turn out. I can now tell you, now that we're a week into September, and I got about 3 to 3.5 weeks left in the month, I can tell you that it seems like we're going to be tackling some incredibly long games, like Metal Gear Solid 5. Everyone's saying it's about, you know, 50 hours long to beat. At this point, I've only put in around 15 or so hours. So I've got quite the quite the hill to tackle there. Mad Max also, I'm being told, is a pretty long game. Certainly not 50 hours, but pretty long, a lot of content. And a couple other games I definitely want to play this month. Like, I want to mess with Super Mario Maker later this week. I want to play the survival horror game Soma later in the month. I want to check out the new Tony Hawk game later in the month. So with all that, I don't think it would be wise for me to promise anyone that I will be doing DLCs for Fallout New Vegas. At this point, I think, just as I said earlier on the pre-stream, finish up the Jacobstown stuff, maybe go to Red Rock Canyon, mess around with the missions there, go to Caesar's Legion, do the Caesar's Legion stuff, maybe mess with the Enclave, and then finally do the big finale of the game at Hoover Dam, and that'll be the playthrough. Okay? Now, I know that there's tons of DLCs, but I did play all of them when they were new, even though there's one in particular, that Old World Blues. I don't want to promise you. Now, here's the thing. Let's say that I start playing this game twice a week, and within 2 more weeks, we're at the end of the game. Well, okay, then maybe near the end of the month, I'll say, all right, before I finish the game, for the sake of, you know, time and completionist or whatever, let's do Old World Blues. And then I'll do it. But I don't want to promise everyone, oh, yeah, I'm doing a DLC, and then I'm caught up with Metal Gear, and I'm caught up with Mad Max, and I'm not finishing any games, and that'll get me into the same situation that I was in late last year. In late 2014, for those who remember, there were 2 weeks where literally 4 new games were released a week, for 2 weeks. And I was juggling some 8 games for the greater part of 2 months, and it completely failed because people were so frustrated that they had to wait so long to see this game that they wanted to watch continue. And they didn't want to wait 3-4 days for me to play the game again. They didn't want to wait 3 months for me to finish up a game that really wasn't even that long, right? If you remember, it was like Dragon Age Inquisition and Far Cry 4. And there's probably 2 or 3 other games in there, all mixed in there, that were all just like a mishmash. And it was a mess. And I even though I enjoyed playing the games, and I did play them at my own pace, and in particular, you know, Dragon Age Inquisition ended up being an incredibly long playthrough. I have to be honest that it did not work out. You know, most viewers who were watching those games gave up and went on and watched someone else play them because they wanted to see the end of the game rather than wait for me to take months to finish them. So the last thing that I want to do is say, oh yeah, I'm going to do all the DLCs for Fallout New Vegas too. Oh, by the way, I might not even finish the playthrough before Fallout 4 comes out. That would be pretty stupid, okay? So I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to say, to promise you that I will finish the game itself, the core game, by hopefully, fingers crossed, the goal is to finish this, plus Metal Gear Solid 5, plus Mad Max, all by the end of September. Because then I can focus on all the new games in October, not have to worry about spillover or anything like that, and I think it'll work out. So, we shall see. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. I thank you for being here tonight. Actually, now we've got well over 200 people and growing. So I thank you for being here. I'll actually remove the please stand by logo here. And I'll end by saying this. Please remember, ladies and gentlemen, that I am, you know, a little under the weather still. I'm still getting over this cold that I've had. I actually took a anti-chest congestion medication about an hour ago because I was choking to death. Just relaxing after dinner, I was choking to death with these stupid symptoms from this cold. So I should be all right, but understand, you know, if I have to blow my nose or whatever, you hear me, you know, making an annoying or disgusting noise, please be patient. I obviously don't want to do that, but I have to continue to be able to talk and do commentary. 'Tis life, right? All right, that's it, everyone. Ending the pre-stream. I'm going to jump into Fallout New Vegas. We're going to leave off or pick up right where we left off last time in Jacobstown. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here this evening, and let us get started.